Darth, Theorist, rise.
What if the sun showed Obi-Wan Anakin's future? Let's explore the depths of it in the video. Before we begin, shout out to our channel Sith Lords, Sith Lord 906, Elizabeth Calvert, a unique name people are inspired by, DanishDragon, Truest Man, Lux, Wilmore, Luke Wright, Galdwin, Lewis Perkins, MacJack984, Kalrex Averin, Lord Dread, Devone Averette, Evo, Wyatt1028, Enix Shadill, Dom CM, Joshua Graham, Tiller Plays Games, WolfTriggerMan, BudokaiMan 1200, 616 Zeta, and Unknown. We appreciate you. Let's begin. The ancient monasteries of Mortis shimmer with ethereal light as Obi-Wan Kenobi stands alone in the courtyard, waiting. Anakin has gone to confront the sun, leaving him there with Ahsoka and the ship. The air feels wrong. Too still, too charged with something he can't name. Then, the sun materializes before him like smoke given form, his eyes burning with malevolent intelligence.
Master Kenobi, I've been curious about you.
Obi-Wan's hand drops to his lightsaber hilt, but doesn't ignite yet.
If you're looking for Anakin, I know where Skywalker is, but I've realized something, Kenobi. You're the key, not him. You hold his leash. You guide him. You restrain him.
The sun circles him like a predator. Obi-Wan turns with him, maintaining the distance between them.
I'm his friend. His brother. Are you? Then let me show you what kind of brother you truly are.
Before Obi-Wan can react, the sun's hand shoots forward. Dark energy envelops him. The world fractures into 1,000 shards of terrible possibility. Visions slam into Obi-Wan's mind like physical blows. He sees through his own eyes, but not his own timeline. The first vision, the Jedi Temple. Night has fallen. Smoke pours from windows. Fire reflects off polished corridors. He's walking through halls, and everywhere, there are bodies. Masters, knights, Padawans. He enters the cold chamber, small figures huddled in the corner. Younglings, children no older than 8 or 9. Their training sabers scattered uselessly on the floor. Their eyes are wide with terror as they look at something behind them. He turns. Anakin walks through the doorway, but this isn't Anakin. The eyes are wrong, golden and burning with Sith corruption. His blue lightsaber hums in his hand. The vision shifts violently. Across the galaxy, Jedi begin to die. On Magito, Kiarimundi turns as his troopers open fire. On Felucia, Aayla Secura falls riddled with blaster bolts from the men she trusted. On Cato Nemoidia, Plo Koon's fighter explodes in the sky. The Senate chamber. Palpatine, Emperor now, stands before thousands of senators. Padme is there, watching in horror as democracy dies to thunderous applause. The Republic becomes an empire. The Jedi Order is declared enemy of the state, hunted, exterminated. Another violent shift. Mustafar. Volcanic heat sears every nerve. Anakin stands before him in black robes, his eyes that terrible Sith yellow.
If you're not with me, then you're my enemy.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes. I will do what I must.
They fight. Not the sparring they've done 10,000 times. Not the practiced coordination of brothers who know every move the other will make. This is real, desperate, murderous. Anakin has become something twisted, powerful beyond reason, fueled by rage and dark side corruption.
You were my brother, Anakin! I loved you!
He watches Anakin catch fire, watches him scream in agony, watches the flames consume the man he raised, trained, loved like a brother, and then he walks away, leaving Anakin to die, taking only his lightsaber as a reminder of his failure. But Anakin doesn't die. The final vision, an operating table. Palpatine's scientists work on burned flesh, on lungs ruined by superheated air. They encase Anakin in black armor, seal him in a life support suit, place a black mask over what remains of his face. The galaxy falls into shadow. Vader becomes the Emperor's first. Jedi die. Worlds burn. The light side of the Force retreats before an onslaught of darkness that lasts for decades. The Empire crushes all hope, and it all traces back to Obi-Wan's failure, to not seeing, to not stopping this before it began. Obi-Wan staggers as the visions release him. His face is pale, but his jaw is set. The son watches, expecting. What? Despair, corruption, surrender. He gets none of it.
Is that what you wanted to show me? The future of my failure? You saw your Padawan become a monster. You saw him slaughter innocents. Children. You saw him burn. And you still stand there. Yes. It was merely a vision. You don't...
A surge of pure Force energy interrupts him. The father appears between them, his face grave and ancient.
My son, what have you done?
The confrontation happens quickly. Anakin bursts into the courtyard, sensing the disturbance. The father looks at all of them, his children, these Jedi caught in the balance. His eyes hold terrible resignation.
The balance has been broken, and I am too weak to restore it.
Before anyone can stop him, the father takes the Mortis dagger and drives it into his own heart. His death ripples through the realm. The daughter's sacrifice echoes in its wake. The son screams, first in rage, then in agony as his power drains away. Anakin moves without thinking. His blade finds the son's chest. The dark side embodiment crumbles to dust. As Mortis itself begins to fade, Obi-Wan stands silent. Anakin is asking him something, but the words sound distant. All he can see are those visions burned into his mind. Back on Coruscant, in his quarters, Obi-Wan sits in meditation, but meditation brings no peace. The moment he closes his eyes, he's back in the temple watching Anakin slaughter younglings. He can hear their screams, can smell the smoke. He opens his eyes, gasping. 3 hours have passed. He remembers none of them. The next day, during a briefing on the war effort, he zones out. Mace Windu is discussing fleet deployments, but Obi-Wan sees Mustafar instead. Sees his blade cutting through Anakin's limbs. Sees his brother burning.
Master Kenobi. Yes. Sorry. The Outer Rim deployments.
But his hands are shaking under the table. On a mission to Ryloth, he fights battle droids alongside Anakin. They move in perfect sync, covering each other, anticipating each move. And suddenly Obi-Wan sees the future fight. This same coordination turned lethal, turned real. Anakin trying to kill him with every technique Obi-Wan taught him. He hesitates, just for a second. The droid's shot nearly takes his head off. Anakin saves him, blasting the droid apart.
Master, are you okay? You seem distracted. I'm fine. Thank you.
But he's not fine. At night, Anakin's screams echo in his dreams. The smell of burning flesh, those yellow Sith eyes. Night after night, he wakes in cold sweat, reaching for his lightsaber before he remembers where he is. He tries to meditate again, tries to find the calm center that has sustained him his entire life, but the Force itself seems to carry echoes of those victims. When he reaches into it, he feels darkness waiting, feels Vader's mechanical breathing, feels younglings dying. One morning he finds himself in the temple training room at dawn, drilling forms under his muscles, screams. If he's moving, he can't think. If he's exhausted, maybe he won't dream. Anakin finds him there, drenched in sweat, having practiced for 3 straight hours.
Master, what are you doing? Training. We can't let ourselves grow complacent. At dawn? 5 in the morning? You need rest. I'll rest when the war is over.
He tells himself it was a manipulation, a lie designed to corrupt him. The son was a creature of the dark side. Why would his vision be true? But as weeks turn into months, as Palpatine accumulates emergency powers one by one, as the shadows in the Republic grow longer and darker, doubt creeps in like poison. What if the visions weren't lies? What if they were warnings? In council meetings, he watches Palpatine's hollows, watching the Supreme Chancellor speak with practiced concern about threats to democracy while systematically dismantling every check on his power. The Senate applauds him, grants him authority over the Jedi, over the military, over everything. Anakin trusts him, considers him a friend, a mentor. Obi-Wan sees them together sometimes, talking in corridors. Palpatine's hand on Anakin's shoulder, whispering in his ear, the same way a predator singles out prey. Anakin, killing children. The man who cares so deeply it hurts him. The man who saved that family on Mara Dune, who refuses to leave wounded soldiers behind, who named his Padawan his little sister. Impossible. Unless someone manipulated him. unless someone broke him so thoroughly that the man Obi-Wan knows disappeared entirely, consumed by darkness and rage. Obi-Wan begins to watch, really watch, not just Palpatine, but the Council, how they treat Anakin, how they speak to him, how they look at him. What he sees terrifies him almost as much as the visions did. The Rako Hardeen mission shatters something fundamental. Obi-Wan fakes his own death for the Republic's sake, infiltrating a terrorist plot to assassinate the Supreme Chancellor. The mission succeeds. Obi-Wan reveals himself alive after the success. Anakin is there. Obi-Wan watches his face cycle through shock, disbelief, and then rage. Pure volcanic rage.
You were alive this whole time? Anakin, I can explain. I watched you die. I held your body. I mourned you. The mission required absolute secrecy. If anyone had known... I'm not anyone. I'm your brother. Your former Padawan. How could you let me think you were dead? Skywalker, the Council approved this mission. The deception was necessary. You knew. The Council knew and nobody told me.
Obi-Wan sees it then. The moment when trust fractures. Not just in him, but in the entire Order. The Council lied to Anakin for weeks, made him suffer, made him grieve. And for what? A successful mission.
Unbelievable.
He storms out. Obi-Wan moves to follow, but Yoda's voice stops him.
Give him time. You should.
Masters, perhaps we should have considered...
The mission succeeded, Obi-Wan. That's what matters. Skywalker will get over it. But will he? Obi-Wan watches the door and Anakin disappear through it. In his mind, he sees those yellow eyes. He relives the dream that keeps him up at night. Later, Obi-Wan finds Anakin in one of the meditation gardens. His former Padawan sits with his head in his hands.
I'm sorry.
Are you? Or is the Council making you apologize?
I wanted to tell you everything. Every day of that mission I wanted to tell you.
But you didn't. The Council said no, so you just... didn't. I don't even deserve the truth anymore, apparently.
That's not fair.
Anakin finally looks up. His eyes are red.
You're right. I'm sorry. The mission was important. I understand. Duty first. Always duty.
He says it, but Obi-Wan can hear what he's not saying. The anger, the hurt, the growing resentment toward the Council and everyone in it. Anakin stands, puts a hand on Obi-Wan's shoulder.
I forgive you, Master. Really.
But it's the wrong kind of forgiveness. The kind that doesn't actually forgive, but just buries the wound where it can fester. Obi-Wan knows this. He can feel it through their force bond. A knot of betrayal that won't untangle. He tries anyway.
If I could go back.
But you can't. What's done is done. I need to go. Mission briefing in an hour. He leaves. Obi-Wan stands alone in the garden, and for the first time he wonders if he's seeing the beginning. If this is how it starts. One betrayal, one wound, one moment where duty matters more than the person. The vision showed him the destination. Now he's seeing the road that leads there. That night he sits before the Council again.
I need to discuss the Rako Hardeen mission.
It was a success. The Chancellor was safe.
And Anakin? Is he safe, after what we put him through? Skywalker needs to learn that being a Jedi means sacrifice, means putting aside personal feelings. Does it mean torture? Because that's what we did to him. We made him believe his best friend was dead, made him grieve, and then surprised him with the truth in a council meeting. How was that necessary?
Master Kenobi, you know the mission parameters.
I know we damaged one of our best Jedi for a mission that might have succeeded anyway. I know we prioritized secrecy over trust, and I know Anakin will remember this.
The Council exchanges uncomfortable glances, but no one apologizes. No one suggests they should have handled it differently. They don't see what Obi-Wan sees. They don't know what's coming if nothing changes. Then, Ahsoka. The bombing of the temple hangar. The investigation that points to her. The betrayal of her friend, Barriss Offee. Obi-Wan watches the trial unfold with growing horror. The Council turns on Ahsoka with breathtaking speed. Evidence appears, circumstantial, incomplete, and suddenly she's expelled from the Order before the trial even begins. Anakin stands alone in her defense. He's the only one who believes her in her innocence without question, the only one who fights for her. Obi-Wan wants to help, wants to stand with his former Padawan, but the evidence looks damning, and the Council has made its decision. So he stays silent. Another betrayal, however unintentional. The trial in the military tribunal is a farce. Anakin presents evidence, raises questions, but Senator Tarkin is already sharpening the blade. Ahsoka stands in the defendant's box, looking small and scared, not the confident Padawan who charged into battles beside them countless times. Then Anakin does what he does best. He doesn't give up. He investigates, pursues every lead, and finally, He uncovers the truth. Barra Sophie, a Jedi, one of their own. The council brings Ahsoka back. Mace Windu stands before her, formal and distant.
This was actually your great trial. Now, we see that. The Force works in mysterious ways, and you're a greater Jedi because of it.
Back into the Order. You may come.
Obi-Wan sees Anakin's face as he watches her leave. It's not anger this time. It's worse. It's heartbreak, loss, the severing of a bond that meant everything to him. Later, Obi-Wan finds Anakin in the same meditation garden where they spoke after Rako Hardeen.
I'm sorry about Ahsoka.
Are you? The council drove her away. You sat there and said nothing.
Anakin.
She needed us. Needed me. And the Order threw her away like she was nothing. Like 3 years of loyalty, of service, of nearly dying for them counted for nothing the moment there was suspicion.
The evidence
Was circumstantial. I proved it. I found the real culprit, but by then it was too late. They'd already broken her trust. Just like they broke mine.
The words hang in the air. Obi-Wan feels them like a physical weight.
I don't know if I believe in the council anymore, Obi-Wan. I don't know if I believe in any of this.
He walks away, leaves Obi-Wan standing alone, watching his former Padawan disappear into the temple corridors. That night, Obi-Wan can't sleep. He paces his quarters, replaying everything. The Rako Hardeen mission, Ahsoka's expulsion, the way the council treats Anakin, with suspicion, with distrust, always keeping him at arm's length despite his loyalty. He sees that anger building in Anakin, the resentment, the isolation. Without Ahsoka, without his Padawan, Anakin is truly alone in the Order. Obi-Wan is his only real connection left, and even that bond has been strained by council-mandated betrayals. In his mind, he hears the son's voice.
You're the key, not him. You hold his leash.
And suddenly, Obi-Wan understands. The visions weren't sent by a Sith Lord corrupting Anakin from outside. The corruption was coming from within, from the Jedi Council themselves, from their coldness, their rigidity, their inability to see Anakin as anything other than a problem to be managed, a tool to be used, a prophecy to be fulfilled. They're creating their own enemy, pushing the Chosen One toward the very darkness he was meant to destroy. Obi-Wan makes a decision. That night, he requests an emergency council session. They gather in the council chamber. Evening light streams through the windows, painting everything in shades of gold and shadow.
Masters, we need to discuss Anakin.
What about him?
We're losing him.
The words hang in the air. Some masters shift uncomfortably. Others look skeptical.
I know Anakin better than anyone here. I trained him. I've fought beside him for years. And I'm telling you, he's not in a good state of mind. He's hurt. He's angry. He feels betrayed by us.
We've been through this, Master Kenobi. This is young Skywalker's road to becoming a master. He must learn sacrifice. He must learn to put his personal feelings to the side.
Does it mean pushing away everyone who cares about him? Does it mean letting the council lie to you? Does it mean watching your Padawan be abandoned when she needed us most? We're in the middle of a war. Everything is changing. The Jedi need to change with it. We need to do better by Anakin, or we will lose him.
Master Kenobi, you're being emotional.
Yes, because this matters. The Chosen One matters.
Master Kenobi has a point. Skywalker has given everything to this Order. Perhaps we have not given him enough in return.
I agree. The boy, the man, deserves better from us.
But others shake their heads, rigid, unchanging, committed to their codes over the people those codes are meant to protect. Yoda watches Obi-Wan with ancient eyes.
Worried about young Skywalker, you are.
Yes, Master. Very worried.
Then do what you must. You will.
It's not approval, but it's not rejection either. Obi-Wan nods. From that day forward, Obi-Wan spends less time in the council chamber and more time with Anakin. They fly missions together, train together, talk. Really talk. On a mission to the Outer Rim, they sit in the cockpit during hyperspace. Anakin pilots while Obi-Wan occupies the co-pilot seat, a reversal of their old dynamic.
The council barely acknowledged our success on Selukami.
I noticed.
It's like nothing I do is ever enough for them. I save planets, I win battles, I capture key separatist leaders, and still they look at me like I don't know, a problem waiting to happen.
In the old days, Obi-Wan would have defended the council, explained their perspective, told Anakin to be patient. Not anymore.
You're not wrong. They don't see you the way I do. The way the clones do. The way everyone who actually fights beside you does.
You mean that?
Every word. You're the best warrior I've ever known. And more importantly, you're a good man. The Council's failure to recognize that is their loss.
Something in Anakin's expression softens, relaxes. In the temple training rooms, they spar. Not formal katas Anakin remembers from his Padawan days, but real combat. Obi-Wan pushes him hard. Anakin pushes him back, harder. Their blades sing through the air. Obi-Wan uses Saraso's impenetrable defense. Anakin hammers with a gem so raw power. For 30 minutes they duel at full intensity. Finally, they both call a halt, breathing hard, grins on their faces.
When did you get so fast?
When you got so strong, I had to adapt.
They sit against the wall, passing a water bottle between them.
You know what I miss? The simpler missions. Before the war, when it was just you and me and whatever trouble we could find.
You mean the missions where you ignored my plans and improvised?
Hey, my improvising saved us most of the time.
Most of the time. Other times I had to save you.
They both laughed. It feels good, normal, like old times, but somehow better. Equals instead of master and Padawan. Later in Obi-Wan's quarters, Anakin confides in him about the pressure.
Palpatine keeps telling me the Jedi don't trust me, that they're holding me back.
And what do you think?
I think he might be right, but I also think he's trying to drive a wedge between me and the Order. I just don't know why.
Obi-Wan files this away. Another piece of the puzzle. Palpatine whispering poison in Anakin's ear.
The Council has its flaws, but so does everyone. What matters is that you have people who believe in you. I believe in you, Anakin. Always have, always will.
Even when I mess up?
Especially then. That's what brothers do.
The word hangs between them. Brothers. Not master and apprentice anymore. True equals. True friends.
Thank you, Obi-Wan. For everything.
When Anakin expresses frustration with a mission's politics, Obi-Wan listens without judgment. When Anakin questions a council's decision, Obi-Wan doesn't shut him down. He discusses it, examines it, sometimes agrees. They become closer than they were even during Anakin's Padawan years. One evening, Yoda finds Obi-Wan in the temple gardens.
Changed your path has.
Someone needs to be there for Anakin, Master. If the Council won't, I will.
Dangerous this could be. Clouded your judgment might become.
My judgment is clear. Anakin is the chosen one. He's supposed to bring balance to the Force. But we're pushing him away, pushing him toward the darkness instead of pulling him toward the light. I won't risk losing him.
Yoda's ears drop slightly. He's silent for a long moment.
Always in motion, the future is. But protect young Skywalker, you must. This I sense.
I intend to.
They part. Obi-Wan feels something shift in the Force. Not wrong exactly, just different. The Battle of Coruscant erupts across the capital skies. Obi-Wan and Anakin fight side by side to rescue the Chancellor. When Count Dooku stands before them, they move in perfect synchronization. Dooku is powerful. He knocks Obi-Wan unconscious almost immediately, but Anakin fights with focused rage, and in the end, Dooku's head rolls across the desk. They bring Palpatine home, heroes of the Republic, but something feels wrong to Obi-Wan. Something in the way Palpatine looks at Anakin. Possessive. Hungry. Days later, Anakin comes to his quarters. It's late. Anakin looks exhausted.
Obi-Wan, I need to talk to you.
Of course. What seems to be the matter, Anakin?
They sit. Anakin struggles with the words.
Padme's pregnant.
Congratulations, Anakin.
You're not angry?
Angry? You're going to be a father. That's wonderful.
But the code.
I had something with Satine once. Years ago. I understand what it means to care for someone. To love someone.
He pauses, choosing his words carefully.
But, Anakin, when the baby is born, you should think about whether you want to stay in the Order or be a proper father. You won't be able to do both, not in the way the Council currently demands.
Anakin's eyes shine with unshed tears.
There's something else. I've been having visions of Padme dying in childbirth.
The words hit Obi-Wan like a punch. Visions, just like Mortis showed him. Different content, same dread.
Then we train, both of us. Harder than we ever have. With our combined strength, no one will hurt Padme. We'll ensure she has the best conditions when the baby comes. I promise you that.
Anakin embraces him. Obi-Wan holds his brother tight and silently vows that the future he saw in Mortis will never come to pass. When Palpatine recommends Anakin for the Council, the meeting explodes.
Allow this appointment lightly. The Council does not. Disturbing this move by Chancellor Palpatine.
You're on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of Master.
Before Anakin can respond, before he can internalize another rejection, Obi-Wan stands.
Masters, you must see the Chancellor is doing this as a favor. We've neglected rewarding Anakin for his achievements for far too long. He's proven himself time and time again. He's earned the rank of Master, regardless of whether Palpatine recommended it. He deserves this.
The chamber erupts. Plo Koon and Kit Fisto voice agreement. Others argue that Palpatine's power is too far-reaching, that this sets a dangerous precedent. The debate rages until Yoda calls for adjournment. The matter remains unresolved, but as they leave, Anakin grabs Obi-Wan's arm.
Thank you.
I respect the truth.
Days later, another council session. This time, Anakin isn't present. The Masters speak in hushed tones about surveillance, about trust, about the Chancellor's suspicious behavior.
We need someone close to Palpatine. Someone he trusts.
Skywalker.
No, Obi-Wan. We need...
No. We are not asking Anakin to spy on the Chancellor. That goes against everything the Jedi stand for. War or no war.
We're trying to protect the Republic.
By violating our own principles? By using Anakin as a tool? I refuse. And if this council orders it anyway, I will leave the order.
Silence. Shock ripples through the chamber. Yoda's staff taps the floor.
Too far we have gone. Master Kenobi is right. Propose this, we will not.
The tension slowly bleeds from the room, but Obi-Wan knows the damage is already done. They were willing to use Anakin. They see him as a weapon, not a person. The next day in the evening, Obi-Wan tells Anakin everything about the surveillance idea, about the Council's suspicions. Anakin listens in silence, then...
That's... actually really strange timing.
What do you mean?
Palpatine told me a story yesterday in the opera about a Sith Lord named Darth Plagueis the Wise. He could stop people from dying.
What did you say?
Darth Plagueis. He could manipulate the midichlorians to...
That's not in any archive. Not even the Masters Only section. There's only one way Palpatine could know about that.
Their eyes meet. Understanding crashes over them both like a wave.
He told you about stopping death right when you were having visions about Padme dying. That's not coincidence. That's manipulation.
Anakin's face hardens. All the pieces click into place. The private meetings, the special attention, the advice that always seemed to pull him away from the Jedi. Palpatine has been grooming him. Rage flashes across Anakin's features, but it's not the uncontrolled fury from Obi-Wan's visions. It's righteous anger, focused.
What do we do?
We tell Yoda, and we end this.
They contact Yoda on Kashyyyk via hologram. Obi-Wan explains quickly, precisely. Yoda's ears lift.
Sure of this, you are.
Yes, Master. It all makes sense now. Everything he said, everything he's done.
Then act we must. Swiftly. Leave Quinlan Voss in command here. I will. Until arrive I do. Tell no one. You must.
Once Yoda arrives on Coruscant, the three of them move through the night toward Palpatine's office. Obi-Wan's mind is calm. This is what Mortis warned him about. Not Anakin's fall. Palpatine's manipulation. They're going to stop it. Palpatine sits behind his desk, serene and grandfatherly. His smile doesn't reach his eyes when they enter.
Anakin, my boy. And Master Kenobi and Yoda. What an unexpected pleasure.
Know what you are. We do.
The smile drops. Palpatine's face transforms into something ancient and malevolent. The kindly Chancellor disappears, replaced by a predator wearing human skin.
Do you now?
Lightning erupts from his fingertips. Blue-white energy screams across the room. Yoda's lightsaber ignites green, catching the lightning, absorbing it, redirecting it back. The office explodes with power. Obi-Wan and Anakin flank him immediately, blue blades blazing. Years of fighting together make them move as one organism. Obi-Wan takes left, Anakin takes right. Yoda holds the center. Palpatine's red blade appears from his sleeve. He moves with inhuman speed. Not the speed of youth, but something far worse. The speed of pure dark side power channeled through flesh that should have died centuries ago. He lunges at Yoda first. Their blades meet. Green and red blur. The ancient Sith Lord and the ancient Jedi Master clash with the weight of millennia behind every strike. The Force itself seems to bend around them. Obi-Wan attacks from the left. Sorasu's defensive forms converted to aggressive strikes. His blade seeks Palpatine's exposed ribs, but Palpatine spins, impossibly fast, parrying Obi-Wan while simultaneously launching Force lightning at Anakin. Anakin catches it on his blade. The lightning screams and crackles. He advances through it, step by step, using Jem So's raw power to push forward against the torrent of dark side energy.
Oh, young Skywalker, I had such plans for you.
He releases the lightning, spins. His blade nearly takes Anakin's head off. Anakin ducks. Obi-Wan's blade comes in high. Yoda's comes in low. Palpatine blocks both, his red blade moving in patterns that shouldn't be possible. The duel rages across the office. They smash through furniture. Palpatine's desk explodes under Force-enhanced blows. Decorative artifacts shatter, the viewport cracks. Yoda leaps, flipping through the air, striking from above. Palpatine meets him midair. They clash, fall, roll, resume fighting before they even hit the ground. Obi-Wan and Anakin coordinate perfectly. When Obi-Wan defends, Anakin attacks. When Anakin presses, Obi-Wan covers his exposed side. They've fought together for years, but never like this. Never with so much at stake. Palpatine realizes he's losing ground. The three Jedi Masters in perfect coordination. He changes tactics. The room goes dark, not from lack of light, but from dark side energy so thick it becomes tangible. Obi-Wan feels it pressing against his mind. Whispers of fear, of failure, images of Mortis trying to resurface. He pushes them away, focuses on the here and now, on protecting his brother. His blade finds Palpatine's shoulder. Not a killing blow, but first blood. The Sith Lord screams, not in pain, but in rage. Lightning explodes in every direction. Yoda absorbs most of it, but some gets through. Anakin takes a hit, stumbles. His left arm goes numb. Palpatine lunges for the kill. Obi-Wan intercepts. Their blades lock. They stand face to face. Palpatine's eyes burn yellow.
I would have made him great. I would have given him everything. Power, purpose, immortality for his loved ones.
You would have destroyed him, made him a slave.
That future ends tonight.
He pushes Palpatine back. Anakin recovers, comes in from the right, his blade a blur. Palpatine blocks, but he's off balance now, defending, no longer attacking. Yoda moves with impossible speed. His blade is everywhere at once. Palpatine tries to retreat, but there's nowhere to go. They have him boxed in. Obi-Wan binds his lightsaber with a Soroso trap. Anakin hammers at his defenses with Gemso power strikes. Yoda attacks the legs, three-pronged assault. Perfect coordination. Palpatine's red blade flies from his grip. It clatters across the ground. He throws more lightning. Yoda absorbs it, sends it harmlessly into the walls. The Sith Lord stands there, finally realizing he's lost. His face contorts with hatred.
You think you've won. You think killing me stops anything. I am but one. The Sith will rise again. They always do.
Not from you, they won't.
His blade pierces through Palpatine's heart. His body crumples. The dark presence that filled the room dissipates like smoke. Obi-Wan can breathe again. They stand in silence for a moment. Three Jedi Masters surrounded by the wreckage of their battle. The galaxy's greatest threat eliminated before his plan could come to fruition. Order 66 dies with him, never transmitted. The galaxy will never know how close it came to darkness.
It's over.
Ended. This threat has. But begin. Much healing must.
In the aftermath, as the Republic reels and the Jedi Order begins damage control, Obi-Wan and Anakin stand before the Council one final time.
Masters, Anakin and I are leaving the Order.
Shock. Protests. Yoda simply watches, unsurprised.
The Sith almost corrupted me. They almost turned me into a monster. And they could do it because I was angry. Hurt. Isolated by the very people who should have supported me.
The Jedi Order has become too rigid, too political, too disconnected from the living Force. We're going to create something new. A Jedi Order that trusts in the Force, that allows for healthy attachments, that doesn't demand its members sacrifice their humanity to serve.
You can't just...
We can, and we will. Any Jedi who wishes to join us is welcome.
They turn to leave. Yoda's voice stops them.
Grandmaster, you will be.
Obi-Wan looks back at the ancient Jedi.
Yes, with Anakin as my right hand. Together we'll build something better.
May the Force be with you then. Always.
The new Jedi Order grows. Many younger Jedi join them, tired of the old ways. They establish a temple away from Coruscant, away from politics. They teach balance, not denial of emotion, but healthy integration of it. They allow families, love, connection. Anakin stands beside Obi-Wan as they watch their first class of younglings train. Padme is months from giving birth. She's safe, happy, alive.
Do you ever wonder what would have happened if we stayed?
Obi-Wan thinks of Mortis, the visions he's never told Anakin about, of a future that will never come to pass.
Sometimes. But I know this is the right path. For all of us.
Thank you. For believing me. For fighting for me.
Always, my brother. Always.
In the Force, Obi-Wan feels the presence of the daughter, the light side embodiment from Mortis. She's smiling. The balance has been preserved, not through Anakin's fall and redemption, but through preventing the fall entirely. The future is different now. Better. And it all started with one choice on Mortis. One vision shown to the right person. one Jedi Master who refused to let his brother fall into darkness. That's our theory. The Star Wars universe is a galaxy filled with exciting stories and possibilities, and we love exploring them. If you'd like to join us on this journey to a galaxy far, far away, then please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.